In this video, I'm going to show you a much simpler way to think about dodging and burning. This is about learning how to read a print, and that means identifying distractions, guiding the eye, and making intentional adjustments that actually strengthen your prints. And by the end of this video, you're going to be able to look at your prints and decide what exactly needs dodging, what needs burning. I'm even going to show you a simple trick to know exactly how much to dodge and burn these areas. I don't think a lot of people appreciate how powerful this actually can be. So first, real quick, let's break down what dodging and burning actually is. Dodging is simply blocking light from areas of the print, making those areas lighter. And burning is just the opposite, giving part of the print more light so that area prints darker. But what this does is it allows you to guide the viewer's eye, control distractions, improve separation where it's needed, and hold important detail. And all of this helps the print communicate more clearly. So again, when you're looking at your prints, ask yourself, where does my eye go first? And here's a simple trick to help determine that. If you hold your print at arm's length with your eyes closed, then open your eyes and you just want to see exactly where your eye gets drawn to first. And then you have to ask yourself, is that actually where I want it to go? Because bright areas are naturally going to draw attention. Higher contrast areas are naturally going to draw attention. And if the subject isn't separating clearly from the rest of the print, the photograph can start to feel confusing. Dodging and burning will fix this confusion. And the reality is that most, if not all, serious darkroom prints get at least some amount of dodging and burning. You can use just about anything that's going to block light to dodge. And the same thing for burning. Anything that will block light but let some through in a way that you can control will work fine for burning. One thing that works really great is a simple sheet of mat board that is white on one side and black on the other. And you're going to want to keep the white side up and the black side down. And what this does is it allows you to see the projected image for better placement, and at the same time prevents light from reflecting off the underside, which could reflect back on your paper and cause fogging. And seriously, you can get a ton done with a simple hole in a card for burning areas and a simple small cutout of a piece of card taped to a bicycle spoke or wire for dodging. And here's another super useful tool with a customizable hole using a second card over the top that can be used to really get precise burns. And this design is from Bruce Barnbaum's book, The Art of Photography, a highly recommended book. If you don't already have it, you should get it. But the important part here is to get creative and make tools that fit your actual needs. Now, I make specific tools all the time on the fly for specific prints. And here's an important concept you need to understand. The closer the tool is to the paper, the harder the edge and the more precise you can actually get. The further away from the paper, the more of a feather the edge is going to have, giving you less precision, but more smoothness and gradation. Then another tip is you always want to keep your tools moving to avoid any obvious haloing or signs of manipulation, because the goal is to make edits feel and look natural. And lastly, I would just encourage you to practice and experiment to see what is actually possible just with these two simple techniques. So in video 4, we went over starting with a solid straight print or a proof print. You want your exposure to feel solid and your contrast dialed in before you start manipulating anything. Then you can look at the proof and decide what to dodge and what to burn. So let's break this down and make it really, really simple. If an important area needs attention or is getting lost in darkness, that is an area to consider dodging. If a distracting bright area needs less attention, we can burn that area down. If the print feels visually equal everywhere, you can use subtle dodging and burning to create a sense of hierarchy in the print. And you want to ask, what do you want to feel important and what do you want to feel secondary? So the first step in all of this, like I mentioned, is to identify where you need to dodge and burn. Then you're going to want to come up with a game plan for dodging and burning those specific areas. You're deciding where the viewer's eye should go, what should demand attention, and what should get pushed to the back or muted. So when you're looking at one of your prints, ask yourself, is the main subject drawing attention the way you want it, or are distracting elements pulling your eye away from this? And are any areas just overly bright or overly dark? So take a look at this straight print I made of a horse grazing in front of the Teton mountain range. And I have to say, this is such a beautiful area. I'm extremely pumped and excited to be back out there for our community meetup in September. But the first objective here was to dial in the exposure and contrast for the horse because that's my main subject and focal point in this image. And when I was shooting it, I visualized nice separation and contrast between the horse and the background. And back and side lighting is already kind of doing like a really good job of this, but I can emphasize this even more through a little bit of dodging. So what I'll plan on doing is dodging the grass highlights in the field directly in front of the horse. That's gonna add a bit more sparkle to those highlights and draw the eye in even more. Next, I can focus on adjusting the sky and foreground to further hold the viewer's eye where I want it, back into the horse. Because right now the sky to me feels just too bright and blown out, so I definitely am gonna wanna darken that down. And if I look close, I can also see the sky is brighter on the left edge from the side lighting kind of coming in that way. So I'm gonna have to kind of deal with that and burn that down as well. The other thing I noticed right away is that the field in the foreground is a bit uneven on the right side down below, and I'm gonna burn that down as well. Those are the main areas that I see and I wanna focus on for my dodging and burning. So that's gonna be my print map. But now the really big question, how do I know how much I need to dodge and burn in those areas? Well, now I'm gonna share that tip with you I mentioned earlier in the video that's really gonna help you save a lot of time and paper. And that is simply to use a set of reference prints along with f-stop thinking to plan out how much you need. Now we went over this in the last video on f-stop printing. We made a set of reference prints with known exposure differences to visually see what different exposures look like. And if you've not watched that video, I would highly recommend going back and watching it right after this one, because this gives you a visual guide of what an actual quarter stop looks like, a half stop, or even a full stop actually looks like. And that changes everything. Because I can look at my reference prints and make a correlated dodge of a quarter stop to the field area right in front of the horse. And I can also see that for the sky, I want about a 1-stop exposure increase to place that where I originally envisioned it. Then I will burn the right foreground grass for a half stop and the very bottom for an A stop to further hold the eye on the horse. And it looks like about an A stop would be perfect to even out that left bright area of the sky. Then next, I break this map into simple steps that can easily be executed and repeated. And when I'm printing, I love using a metronome to count and keep me on track without me having to look at the timer. This helps keep the timing consistent and makes the movements feel much more deliberate. So let's look at the final steps in this print map that I made. So the main exposure is 22 seconds with a quarter stop, in this case 4-second dodge, right in front of the horse. Step 2 is to make a 1-stop burn, or in this case 22 seconds on the sky. And here I'm setting a cadence and rhythm between the top of the mountains and the bottom of the clouds. And that simply means I'm moving the card from one to the other in exactly 1 second. Then I'm burning the lower left of the field for a half stop, or in this case 9 seconds, keeping a feathered edge and moving the card the whole time so I don't leave any telltale lines or hard edges in the final print. Then step 3 is just those 2 smaller 1/8 stop burns, or in this case 2 seconds each, one for the bottom edge foreground and one to even out that sky on the left. And that's it, a simple 3-step map to make a print with more depth and purpose. And in this case, it got me pretty much exactly where I wanted in this image, but you may have to go through and refine areas slightly and do a few prints to actually get it perfect. But here's another tip, make your first print small. Here I'm making a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 print on 5 by 7 paper, and once I have it where I like it, I can easily scale everything up. And we're gonna go over this in the next video, but for now, just trust me, this is gonna save you a ton of money and paper. And if you want a deeper look at building a predictable darkroom workflow from start to finish, I break that down for you in my free Darkroom Masterclass link below. Also, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next lesson, and let me know in the comments what part of dodging and burning still feels the most confusing to you right now. I'll catch you in the next video.